Hey everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about Recommended for You by Laura Silverman. And this book we got off of Edelweiss. So this is set in the winter holidays, and I just can't wrap my head around the fact that we're now getting in the time period where winter holiday books are coming out. Like,
Right.
that's
Because
mind blowing.
this is a Hanukkah book. That's like really odd. I mean, like it's still summer. Oh, right. Because it's not April. I just think it's April.
Not like I can't.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's the winter holidays. The main character Soshana works at a bookstore, and there is kind of the flurry of the winter holiday buying season. She is working kind of with new seasonal workers. So a new guy starts named Jake. He's super cute, but he's kind of a jerk. And he just doesn't warm up to her womanly wiles. Whatever. Her car is super old and breaks down, and her moms have been fighting for a while now, and so they've decided that she needs to pay for the repairs because they just don't have the money. And in effort to keep them from continuing to fight, she decides that she's going to, get the repairs done on her car and pay for them herself. So she's trying to pick up extra hours, but really what ends up happening is at work, there is a contest for whoever can sell not the most books, but can sell to the most people. Whoever sells to the most people gets a bonus. And that bonus will be enough to cover the repairs. So along the way, she's super competitive and, trying to win this money. And she didn't think that the new guy, Jake, would be any kind of competition, but he's not even like a good coder. He doesn't read. I don't think, or is he the coder or was a friend? I was kind of confused.
I think he did it. I think he created this quiz that helps people find their
talks about how a friend helped. Anyway, he creates this this online quiz that will essentially, he doesn't have to actually read because he doesn't like to read. He doesn't have to read. The quiz will tell the customers what they should read next, and it's kind of kicking her butt. So they do kind of start having kind of a romantic entanglement the more they work together, but ultimately it's who's going to come out on top in the competition.
Right. Well, and they kind of go into it later. They're like, it wasn't that he necessarily didn't like to read. There were other factors that were involved in him not reading. But I wanted to like this book. I just didn't. I had a really hard time.
Were unlikable. I didn't like any of the characters, and I need to like at least one of the characters overwhelmingly, so in order for me to get invested in the story.
Well, from page 1, I just didn't like her narrative voice. And I
didn't like her.
No, she wasn't very likable, and it's a hard sell.
She was entitled. She was entitled, and it didn't look good on her. You know what I mean? And then blasting things out on the PA speaker, telling people about some coworker who doesn't read or whatever. She just wasn't fun.
No. Well, and I think she was supposed to be quirky, and it just came across as annoying. And we don't get to know Jake enough to actually care about him as a romantic lead.
And he's so nasty to her throughout that you're just I don't like you.
And
why are you such a rude jerk? I don't like you enough to even want you guys to be together.
Not particularly a fan of any of the friends. Her moms were nasty to each other and nasty to her.
Oh my gosh, her moms were a train wreck.
Right. And I can't really think, and I'm reading this and I'm thinking, who is this book for? Because this
book is for tweens or children who think that this is what teens sound like. It's not for teens.
No, they're not going to like this book.
And it's for kids who think they know what teenagers sound like.
Well, and they're selling it as a romance, but it's not really a romance. And they're marketing it as a read-alike for To All the Boys, and the kids who love To All the Boys are not going to like this book.
No. Well,
Um,
and then also like You've Got Mail. I was having trouble connecting that all. I mean, I
well, because
guess the bookstore battle, maybe.
maybe, but in You Got Mail, they own separate bookstores. So, well, and then that's the other thing. Like she finds out like the bookstore might be like having issues, and it's like a big shock. What private bookstores aren't having issues? Like, I make a point of trying to shop at independent booksellers because the big ones are coming in and destroying them. And so I'm just
Yeah,
like,
well, and also the way she was talking about the bookstore felt far more library-esque than anything. Well, it actually felt like nothing that I'm familiar with. I mean, because she was talking about how like she would bring regular customers coffee, like they're giving them like food and drinks to, consume while they're looking at books. I would assume that you wouldn't really want that.
I don't know. And like, I feel like I want to have something nice to say about this book. I didn't like the ending. The ending didn't work for me. I didn't like the relationships.
Yeah, I, I want. I mean, I guess certain parts were funny, even though I didn't like the character. Some of the parts and some of the things she said, they were funny. Um, I thought that I guess I just had so much anxiety when they were the best friend was like filming after hours and all like that whole storyline just gave me so much anxiety.
Right, the whole book is filled with stuff like that, and I'm like, what are they doing? And like creating a YouTube channel in your friend's name without letting your friend know. I'm just like, and I
I
get
mean,
it, I understand she has to fail to learn lessons, but at the same time, I mean, yeah,
I
I don't
yeah.
really have anything
I
else
think we
to
need to
say.
just rate it. I think we need to
Yeah,
rate it. So our rating scale goes from 5 unicorns down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's not magical, so it doesn't get a horn, and it is therefore a horse. Where are you?
I think I'm at a 2. I wanted to be a 3 because I thought it was like this nice little book, and it is a chaste romance because they really don't interact that much. So like for some audiences, that's good. But I think I gotta go with a 2.
I think I'm gonna go with a 2. I personally didn't like it. However, I definitely think the younger tween readers will enjoy it. I also do like the fact that this is a winter holiday book told from the perspective of people who celebrate Hanukkah and
Yeah,
not Christmas. And it's throughout the whole holiday and kind of talks about how, like, that aspect. And you just don't find
right.
many, like, YA fiction Hanukkah books,
I did like that.
in that regard. So that's why it's gonna stay a 2 for me.
Right.
So that's where we're at with this one.
And we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.